Welcome back. You're now tuned into the other side of sports. It's your host, Laws in the building. It's me, it's Aaron. We here, we rocking out, dog. I'm rocking blue, Aaron. I'm supporting the Cowboys, dog. If these Bama's gonna go out there and play like doo-doo, bro, what's the I've heard a lot. First of all, I know you stewing just like I'm stewing. I I want us to be on the same page because we stewing for different reasons, dog. Aaron, who's to blame for this mud hole? 44-22. Are you kidding me? Go ahead. You can get your rounds off. Who's to blame, Aaron?
Calls, first of all. To me, the biggest culprit is Adam Peters.
How much blame you putting on his shoulders? If 100% is the full blame, how much he getting?
70%.
That's a lot. That's a lot. Is it the players that he picked? Is it the draft picks that are bust?
It's both. Like people crying about receiver. I was saying last year, don't let De'Ami Brown walk. Pay the man. It only took 10 mil. You missing De'Ami Brown. You missing Chin, the safety, because dog.
Quan Martin,
Bum sauce.
yeah,
Bum.
he was scrubbed though.
Marshawn Lattimore trade. Like it made sense at the time. I get you kicking the tires on that. But how many weeks in a row are we gonna have to watch this? We gotta have a St. Juice on the roster every game. Like at what point are the coaches gonna see this man? Put him in safety. Since the safety's not doing nothing.
I actually think that is a move that they should do.
Put him in safety. But keeping him at corner and man against top receivers in the league every week and watch him get 450 baked, as you say, and then trying the same thing every other week. It just at what point are the coaches gonna make adjustments? At what point are they gonna come into a game prepared and not have to get down and fight to come back?
Uh, what about Joe Witt? How much of the blame does Joe Witt get?
Zero.
Okay, so you one of those who is not Joe Witt is the innocent bystander in this whole situation.
It's not about being innocent. He didn't hire himself as the offensive coordinator.
Defense coordinator.
Yeah, as a defensive coordinator.
Mm-hmm.
Dan Quinn put him in place. And Dan Quinn was put in place by Adam Peters. And it looked like he don't know nothing about defense. Because that's his side of the ball. And everybody wants to say Joe Witt, Joe Witt, Joe Witt. That's his side of the ball. But when the offense worked in Kansas City, Bieniemy ain't had nothing to do with it. Like, which one is it? If you're a coordinator and the head coach is on your side of the ball, which one is it?
Who? So this is you putting this on. So it's 70% Adam Peters, 0% Joe Witt,
20% Quinn.
Dan Quinn got 20% out of that. So it's 10%.
He got more for real. I just want like Adam Peters got 70. If it was more of the pie I could get to Dan Quinn, I would.
He's getting 20%. He getting almost the rest of the pie that's left. 20%.
It ain't much pie left.
It's 10% go to the who? The players?
Let me get my other phone. Let's do some diving into this.
Because honestly, I'm trying to get there. Before I go ham, like this is how I was, Aaron. I was like man right here. A Mont right here.
I gotta see what was going on. Javonte Williams. Like, look at him! He already starting just getting your ass ran over. Look at him. It's the first play of the game. You already on your fucking face. You already on your face, Lattimore. This can't be real life, bro. This can't be real life. All right. Back-to-back plays, Marshawn already getting picked on, bro. That don't seem like nothing new. Like, look, bro. Like, just look. Every time you see Marshawn Lattimore on the screen, he's jumping to make a tackle, bro. Look at this shit. He's jumping to make a tackle. It's the same emo every play. I've seen this shit before. Jumping shit, 1st and 10. Come on. Somebody get him.
I'm not getting no sound on mine.
Touchdown, Dallas. Like, what the fuck is this shit? This nigga is supposed to be hits.
All right. essentially it's a video of Amont going down, Lattimore getting cooked, the Washington Commanders getting cooked. He's screaming on these Bama's, kirking, because they can't guard nobody, dog. Every time you look up, these Bama's are throwing a bomb, Aaron.
They playing 7-on-7 because nobody could get to the quarterback. There's no rush to throw. They standing back there flat-footed, waiting for dudes to get 40, 50 yards down the field and just throwing punts up. And then Lattimore not even looking at the ball, head always turned, can't run. It's either PI or a big completion on top of his head.
Dog, he's some sauce, Aaron.
Let's go back through the draft, right?
Okay. What draft?
Jaden got taken number 2 last year.
Okay, last year. Okay, Jaden number 2.
Right. That's a no-brainer. Caleb Williams is gone. There's no conversation to have. You don't get extra credit for taking him.
Okay.
The next pick, second round still. You got Jonathan Allen. You got Deron Payne.
Uh-huh.
And you use a second round pick when you know you got needs to take another D tackle, Jazon Newton. What you think of him? As a second round pick.
He Ike bite.
Get tossed around left and right. Makes no plays.
No plays.
Is that a bust?
That's a bust.
Let's go to the next second round pick.
Let's go.
This is still a second round, mind you. They had 3 second rounders last year.
Okay.
Mike Sainristil.
He contributes.
But it's a second round pick. But he contributes. I'm gonna leave that one alone.
Yeah, so I'm not. He's not a bust, but he's not
a bust.
He's not cooking, but he's not a bust. He contributes, so we give him a pass on that. Okay.
By default, because the other corners are ass. But when he's outside, when he has to play outside instead of inside, he gets baked as well. But he makes plays. He's a playmaker. So he'll get interceptions. He'll force a fumble. He'll be in the mix on big plays where, like you said, he's not a bust. Like, he contributes. But as far as a corner in the second round, you expect somebody who's a starter who, more often than not, guys are not making plays on. But I'm gonna leave him alone. Like, that's not a bust. Let's go to the next second round pick. Ben Sinnott.
Bust.
Tight end. Is that a bust?
That's a bust, though.
You got 3 second round picks and 2 of them are bust.
Hold on. So the first one, Newton.
Josiah Newton.
Okay, and then guess who went 40 behind him? Cooper DeJean.
A corner? You think they need help at corner?
Kamir Lassiter. Corner. Yeah. Okay. Then you had Mike Sanders still. Yeah. He went, and then it was only 2 picks in between that and Ben Sinnott. But Ben Sinnott's a bust. We can call
Can't get on the field against a 40-year-old tight end. Can't get on the field. Has he caught a pass this year? I can't recall a reception.
I don't know. He might got 1.
All right. Let's go to the next pick in the third round.
Brandon Coleman.
Where
he at?
Is he a bust? Because he sure as hell got benched at guard.
I mean, he was productive. He was productive year 1. Like, I mean.
So you saying he regressed?
You could say that. But calling him a bust, I just.
Is RG3 a bust?
RG3 is not a bust. Okay, hold on. Let me say this. Let me quantify. let me quantify. It's quantified by expectation. So, like, when your expectations are high and you don't even come close to those expectations, so the higher you are in the draft pick, the larger the expectations are. So, like, the further you go down, the lower the expectations. So it's like bust is like, if you're a 7th round pick and you do nothing, you get cut and you're trash.
That's not a bust.
It's not really a bust because that's what you're expected to be at that position that you're picked. So I think when you get to here with Brandon Coleman, like, he was productive in some regards, but he did regress. I wouldn't classify him as a bust yet. Not yet. To
but
be
getting benched at guard when you're supposed to
does
play
not
tackle,
does not help your case.
it doesn't bode well.
Okay.
Let's
The
go to the
next one,
next
the
third
next
round pick.
the next one, which is really a second round, a late second round pick, because the next pick is Luke McCaffrey, right? He's
Luke
a bust.
McCaffrey.
He's a bust.
They were down their top 3 receivers, and this man didn't get one reception. I
Yeah.
don't know what's going on with him. I don't know how he ended up on the team. I mean, I do know how he ended up on the team. Adam Peters was in San Fran and was
Yeah.
part of that
Surfing
team
his
where his
brother.
brother
Yeah.
was.
Uh-huh.
What the hell does that have to do with him?
Not yeah. I mean, yeah, they botched that. I mean, you had this other receivers that you could have picked that I feel like would be contributing now better. This other tight end. There's a lot of other players that went after that we could have had on our team. And I'm not saying they all world. I'm just saying right now this Bama is like he's not even serviceable. He's a punt returner and about the only, I mean, kick return, punt return. Only thing he good for is just not fumbling the rock. Like
Right. He
Bama
runs
do hold
straight
on,
up and down. No move.
he do hold the rock. You know what I'm saying? If he's open, he will catch it. Like, you know what I'm saying? He's not dropping passes, but he can't get open hardly unless he's schemed open. And then it's just not a good look, dog. It's not a good look. Yeah. Yeah, but I would classify him as a bust, Aaron.
All right. Do we even need to get into the other picks? Like at that point, you go from the
I
third to
mean,
the
after
fifth
that,
round.
you in the fifth
Jordan
round, go
McGee,
be trash.
Dominique Hampton. I don't even know who that
Honestly,
is.
at this point, they should just put him on the field because, like, right now, it's like,
There
I
you
mean,
go.
like, what are
It
we
can be
doing?
worse. It can be
Dominic
worse.
Hampton, get like, what are we doing? What are we doing? Get some of these young guys in there and like get them opportunities. So, like, maybe that's entitlement. That's holding the team back. I don't know. I don't know, but I'm trying to find out because right now, what they're putting on the field is garbage.
The oldest team in the league, mind you, as well.
Baptiste, seventh round. I mean, not as much as expected out of seventh round picks, but
He
yeah.
contributes, so like, fine. Maybe we should just have Adam Peters make the 7th round picks because that clearly is his strength is picking in the 7th round. But we need to have somebody else pick 1 through 6. Maybe
Yeah,
that's the answer.
that might be the answer.
Let's go to 2025.
Okay.
Josh Connolly with the number 1 pick. It wasn't really a position of need.
He
With
was
how
with,
bad linebacker was, how bad corner was.
no, but it's the thing though, Aaron. I'm not even mad at an old tackle pick. I had no problem with the pick at the time they made the pick. I was like, yeah, fine, okay, that's what you want to do. Okay, cool. What I have a problem with is that your quarterback is still getting hurt with this Bama on the field. So like, it's like, what are we picking for if our Bama got to scramble around? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you show up the line so that your quarterback can have
He's a
time to
turnstile.
to pass.
He's
He
a
don't have time.
turnstile.
Okay, he is turnstile. All right, next.
Next pick, 2nd pick, Trey Amos, which seems to be a good pick thus far.
Say
He doesn't want no
Amos is great.
contact, but this may be their best pick where it's not like Jaden. To me, I don't give them credit for that.
Mm-hmm.
Like I give them credit for not making a mistake and taking somebody else, but you don't get a whole bunch of credit for taking the obvious guy at that point. This is John Wall at the 1st pick, Bradley Bill at the 3rd. You take the next best guy up and just keep it moving. Like you don't get extra credit. Trey Amos, I didn't hear a bunch of people with him at the top of the draft of saying he was a starter out of the gate. So for that reason, like the Bama's been productive. He's probably been their best corner, best person in the secondary. He don't want tackle, but as far as covering, he's been good. So you get credit for that.
Dog, what if they would have just got Quinshon Junkins in the 1st round, dog? That Bama's a beast. And I mean, like, on a team like this, what you need to stay afloat is game changers, game breakers. You don't need regular Joe Schmoes, dog. You don't need lunch pail guys. This is what they seem to like lunch pail Bamas. And we've always said you lose with lunch pail. The teams that win, you saw it the other night when the Cincinnati Bengals, they threw the ball to Jamar Chase 200,000 times, dog. Because that's how you win a football game. Okay. Trey Amos get a pass. He been serviceable. Okay.
He's been better than serviceable. He's been good.
He been
Like
good.
I'm
Okay.
slandering Peters, but we're not gonna make fake news to slander the Bama. That to me, that's his best pick.
Okay.
Then
All
we
right.
go to the fourth round.
Uh-huh.
Jalen Lane, who we were told was this super cooker all training camp. Cook. Apparently the
He
Bama can't catch, and he don't get open that often, clearly. Because I haven't seen next to anything. With the top receivers being out, he's had plenty of opportunity, and Chris Moore get on the field more than anybody else, who has the worst hands I've seen in the
No,
league
the
at the
fact
minute.
we got Robbie Chosen out there, Bama's picked up Traylon Burt. Like, they're starved for playmakers at the wide receiver position. And I don't got nothing against Jalen Lane. But dog, this Bama, if he catch the football, that's it. That's it. He catch the football and go down. No moves, no game breaking, no juice shakes, nothing. Just regular run of the mill wide receiver. And
Dog, go ahead.
the team need more than that.
Robbie Anderson was more productive than Jay Lane and Luke McCaffrey. And this
That's
Bama was
that,
on the practice squad.
and to me, that's an indictment on their drafting. Like,
It's
if
terrible.
if you're gonna lean and have to lean heavily on these young dudes, then maybe your philosophy going into the draft, going into free agency, shouldn't be we just going just go with the young guys. If you don't, it's like there was no forethought to think about maybe their development, maybe that they're not ready, maybe they're not that good. Like this overconfidence in his drafting ability when he hasn't even proven it yet. It's
Not even
just
in
it's
San
just
Fran.
it's
He
just
was just there.
it's asinine to me. So I'm just like, what are y'all doing? And now we relying on Bama's who was at UPS 2 weeks ago shipping packages. We bringing them in hoping they can get open and stuff. Like right now without Debo and without Terry, you looking at Robbie Chosen like this Bama got to be the guy, and that's just not that's not sustain that is not lend towards you winning. That's just what it is. So yeah, Jalen Lane, he not a bust. I mean, maybe this is just a natural progression for wide receivers or young wideouts or whatever. Like, of course, you got your Abukas and your standout wideouts that just come out the gate cooking. I mean, those are rare. But like typically, maybe it just takes a season and really like get it. Luke McCaffrey don't got no excuses. He don't have no excuses. So he's a bust in my estimation. Jalen Lane, I mean, it's unfortunate that he's being asked to do this much, but it just is what it is. And at this point, it's like we need more from him that we really not gonna get. Like, at least at this point, it doesn't look like it. So yeah, it's not a bust yet, but it's trending. After that, we got Kane Madrano. They told us that Batman was a tackling machine and everything. Can he get on the field, Aaron?
Who?
Kane Madrano.
Clearly he can't. Because the linebacker's slow as hell and can't cover anybody. Can't run.
And then we got Bill. Bill with the 7th round pick. And that joint looked like he a
First
little
couple
bit
weeks
more.
it was good, but ever since the fumbling started, it looked like he can't concentrate on running and ball control at the same time.
Yeah, dog. We in trouble, bro. We in trouble. Because the next slate of games, I don't see no win in the next 3 joints, Aaron.
What's the lineup? I know the Chiefs next on Monday night.
Yeah. Chiefs next on Monday night.
Then it should be a bye.
Then they got Buffalo, I think.
I
Let
thought
me
they had a
see.
bye after the Chiefs.
Yeah, we got it right here. They got the Chiefs. Then they got Seattle. Then they got the Lions. That's a tough run. So they
They
played
could technically
October
be 3-7.
27th. Nah, so they don't have nobody. They ain't nobody. They
So
played
they could
they
be
played
3-7 then.
they could be 3-7 though. They got 3 games. They're not about to beat the Chiefs. Seattle was tough. That's dead. Lions and Commanders, that's dead. Lions gonna get back, so they gonna come in this joint and try to mollywop us, dog. And I just Dolphins, that's the next winnable game.
Right. They got to go all the way to Spain to get a W.
And then you got the Broncos, then you got the Vikings. Dog, it just does not get any easier. So I don't know what they're gonna do, dog. But I hear Linnell Willingham. First of all, shout out to Linnell. You know, he on his show. He's using the platform of the national radio the way it should be used, dog. That's the way it should be used. This whole pacifying and try to talk around the issues and you can tell he from a different generation, because he's not a cognizant of like how to try to protect. Because the other lineups of the show, they was all, oh yeah, we got to look at Joe Witt and the defense and the scheme and this and this and that. Nah, not Linnell. You know who he was calling out? Adam Peters.
It's egregious.
Now, this is where I think we a little bit differ a little bit, because I noticed you put a lot of you say 20% goes to Dan Quinn for being the head of the team and basically being a defensive minded person that's coaching the team, and that's where they're like lacking or they're struggling right now. If you don't have the right personnel, Aaron, I've been a coach of the defense before, and when you don't got the right personnel, it's hard to really scheme it up appropriately, to
Correct.
to put people in the right position, especially when you are lacking ability and talent at key positions. When you know people, you can't you. I mean, you're trying to keep the locker room intact. At the same token, you're trying to like put the team in a position to be successful. Those things can kind of clash. Like to me, Lattimore seems as somebody who is not what do you have the right level of awareness of himself to be able to accept some things that you might need to say to him. So
Who's that on?
Now that's on the head coach. Because on the head coach, you got to be able to like talk to players that may not want to hear what you got to say, actually hear what you got to say and be okay with it and accept it and actually be open to it. When we moved, whatchamacallit, from safety or quarterback to linebacker, Brian wasn't trying to hear it, Aaron.
But he cooked.
When we told B, like, dog, you don't need to be, we're going to move you from, he wasn't happy about that drink, Aaron. It took him a little while to get with the program, but it
but then he was the best linebacker in the whole league.
It worked, dog. So I don't know how you get the buy-in from that aspect, but there's changes that got to be made, and these changes are significant changes. The guys up front, they stealing money, dog. Nobody's getting, you can't just rush forward and sit back. Our secondary is back to being an easy bake oven as it was last year. I thought it was worse with St. Juice, but actually, it's about close, dog. It's about close to the same as it was.
No, I'll tell you what the difference is. He was worse as a player, but the pass rush was better last year because they had Fowler. Mm-hmm. So they were like, he had double-digit sacks last year. So the defense wasn't great, but they were able to get some pressure because they had some players that could pass rush. This year, they get no pressure from the outside. None. Like,
it's bad, though. It's bad. I again, the next 3 games, I don't see a W, and I probably wouldn't even pick them to win in any of those games. I know Jaden had a hamstring joint, but it looks like he's going to be okay. He's fine. I anticipate him playing Monday night because really their season's on the line, though. And if they don't win 2 of the next 3, this season is over, ladies and gentlemen. It's over. It's over. I just hope y'all know that. Like, it's over. If they don't win 2 out of the next 3 games, this season is dead. Holler at you. So,
And it should
yeah,
be over. It should be over. They're not coaching well. They didn't pick well. It's a
yeah.
waste of Jaden, which is, you know, unfortunate because people have been begging for 35 years for an all-world quarterback. You get one, and then you waste them on mediocrity at the management positions.
Yeah. I mean, this whole Adam Peters' philosophy of how he picked players, the band, like the bargain bin players that he picked, and how they just like, oh, but we just gonna save money and be all like the fact that you didn't pay Terry and kind of just play hardball with that
I
situation.
ain't even get into that
Like
yet.
that joint was just all stupid. And we said it was stupid from the beginning. We were like, dog, this joint is so stupid because you're creating an issue and a problem that you
That's
don't
not
need to
there.
be like, it's not there, and you don't need to. And now you got real problems and you have no fixes.
You want to hear the worst part? These jokers got 27 million in cap space and can't bust a grape. So all that saving, these Bama's still living under the bridge. Like you should have spent that money.
No, these Bama's under the Anacostia Bridge, Aaron.
All that saving and they living under the bridge. It makes no sense. It
No
makes no
sense.
sense.
So you mean to tell me you can use five or 10 mil, get you more help on the front line, pass.
They could have got Jadeveon Clowney. He was a free agent. It's a
They could
number of
have
guys they could have gotten
they could have signed Diami. They could have got him easy.
easily.
They could have got Jeremy Chin back
Easily.
easy. You know what I'm saying? And you still got money. You would have still had money. It's not like you would
You would have
have
still had 15 mil of that left.
easy. So I just like those are two significant players that you bring in, and it just changes things, dog. Because now, I mean, Diami, I feel like is a good number two. He can at least catch the football. He got speed. You keep your
He
offense the
definitely got
same.
speed.
You know, like he can run the safeties up. You can do the underneath. I think McCaffrey would have been served better if they had Diami. Like it's just other things that they could have been. They weren't thinking about. Like Debo's never really been healthy his entire career, dog. Outside of like one season. So you got to anticipate that he might miss a few games. I just their desire to be frugal and stingy with the bread crippled this team, dog. And to me, like if I had to put blame, I'm putting 90% on Adam Peters, though. 90%. And then I'm splitting the rest between the players and Dan Quinn. Like I get it, scheme and all of that matters and how you putting people in position, but dog, when you have players that are significant to your production leave, you a double-digit sack Bama is gone, Aaron.
And it's not like he got this huge payday where he ended up because he
He
plays
did.
for Dallas.
That's what I'm saying. He didn't get a huge payday. You didn't break. Nobody broke the bank on any of the players that you let go. Like to me,
It's cheap for nothing.
those are retainable. Those are retainable pieces that at least keeps the core. They talk about continuity, all that. Like that at least keeps the core intact. You know what I'm saying? Guys coming in, like you can build off of it. And I don't know what the strategy or philosophy was. What like you got nothing trying to be cheap. And we've seen the cheap model before. Here, that joint doesn't work. And now this is what I'm afraid of. I'm afraid that they went from it's just like in golf when you putt and you putt on the surface, right? And the greens is fast, and you over putt the joint and you putt down the hill because you hit it too hard. Guess what happens? What you're inclined to do next? Baby tap the joint because you hit it too hard to be the first time. So now you're just gonna baby tap the joint, and then the joint not gonna go even close to the hole. So what I'm afraid of is the other side. Them members just going ham. Oh,
Overcorrection.
y'all want us to spin? Okay, all right, and just buy a whole bunch of
Wait.
Bama's.
I would rather them do that because I don't trust Adam Peters with the picks. Trade them away, get free agents. Take the
Okay,
Vinny Serrato approach. Because
okay.
with the picks, it's looking real Ron Rivera-ish. It might be worse than Ron because Ron didn't have 3 second-round picks and
No,
2
it ain't.
third-round picks.
It ain't worse than Ron though.
Harold, I'm
Ron,
dog.
or everybody who Ron drafted is out the league. Aaron. They are working at IHOP. It's not the same.
It's only been a year and a half. These guys
Exactly.
they look like they're on the path to UPS.
If we get past 3 years and he's bamming some of them out the league, then we can really go in and slander. Right now, as of right now, they're just bust as in football terms. But we're not gonna say that these bammers is UPS drivers, though. Not yet. Ron's guys, I seen bammers up the street, though, at the local supermarket. So it's not Ron's yet, Ern. Come on now. Don't do that. I agree.
So let me ask, I said this
Problematic.
last night and y'all got bent out of shape. Let's have this conversation. That
Okay.
everybody know I can't stand wrong.
Okay.
But we got to live in the factual,
Okay.
not in the fanship, not in the emotional. We got to live in the factual.
Okay.
Ron Rivera had Taylor Heineke.
He did.
What's Dwayne Haskins,
Uh-huh.
and then who was the joker they had the last? Who was it?
They all were sorry.
Oh, Sam Howell, right?
Sam Howell, yeah.
If you give Ron Rivera Jaden Daniels in this roster, even Jack Del Rio, who I also can't stand,
Uh-huh.
you think they'd have been significantly worse than 3 and 4? I argue they'd probably be better.
So this is the thing, though. This is the thing. Only thing with Ron Con Rivera, don't forget the Batman got hired back nowhere.
I can't stand him, and I think he's a terrible coach.
So I don't think that of Dan Quinn. I think Dan Quinn is a really good coach. I think Dan Quinn is hold on. I think he's a really good motivator. I think where he excels is being able to convey and talk to players and get them on the same page and getting his message to the team. Like I feel like he's a message guy. I don't think
that sounds like a marketing director, not a head football coach.
So I think you need a little bit of that in football too, dog, because I the best relationships is when you got a good bama who know how to get you the groceries you need to cook, and you got a really good chef, though. That's when you get the best meals. But when you got a sous chef that understands what you need to be able to cook, and then you give him ingredients to cook, but he's not really the main cooker, then I think that's where it gets problematic. You know what I'm saying? When Dan Quinn was in Dallas and he was running the defense, he had some really good pieces to cook with, dog. If you got a really good steak and you got the top of the line season, it's easier to cook, dog. And you cooking in the
you just
top line. You
answered that for me, though, right? Because he had the top line stuff, which Dallas always has. Players, mm-hmm. Of course, you're gonna cook as a coach. But you saying he's a message guy and this leader and all this and that, the message don't work in the first quarter? It don't work in pregame? Why they start from behind every week? Getting blown out.
So this is the thing. I think the difference is, and we talked about it when Ron was here, their ability to actually be prepared to play football games, dog. Tackling and striking, that's a part of a mentality that the team comes with. Now, I tend to believe that the team will fight this next game, and we will see a different type of approach as far as how they just focus on the fundamentals and be tackling. This Dallas joint was really an embarrassment. And I don't think, this is my personal opinion, I don't think that the team, including Dan Quinn, really understood the magnitude of this game and all the people involved in the joint, because they looked like this was just a regular football game, another regular football game. And everybody knows when you go to play Dallas, it's not just a regular football game. You're not just playing another team. This joint means something to everybody. So you better convey that to your team. And I don't think that was conveyed. Maybe last year when they played them, they conveyed that because, it was Dan coming back to the old Dallas, blah, blah, blah. But in this game, it didn't look like that, dog. And they didn't look prepared in some regards. Now, it is what it is. Now,
did they look prepared against the Falcons?
They did not.
Who they lose to last week?
I mean, they beat the Chargers. I don't even remember. Though. They beat the Chargers.
Who they lose to last week, though? I don't even remember who they played last week. I know it was an L.
Yeah, I mean, they played the was it the Giants?
He
or
got hurt.
Miami
That's where
Giants?
Jaden got hurt again.
Nah, they put Chicago.
No, Chicago. Did
Yeah.
they look prepared early on in that game, or was they getting smoked early?
I mean, it was a competitive game, dog, and
At
they
the end, but they start off they start off cold every game. You can go
so
back
the,
and look
so
at the
so
tape.
so the slow starts. I'm with you, bro. That needs to change, but I don't necessarily know that. Like I just
He could be a good guy, but to me, your good or bad relies in results. So
uh
football results, you have an all-world quarterback and you're under 500.
mhm. That's
So I'm
problematic.
not saying he the worst coach I ever seen. It's to me like if you're a good coach, like it's a lot of coaches around the league that's getting wins with a lot less. Is the point? A lot less. The ownership is pretty much giving these Bama's carte blanche to do whatever they need to do to get it done, and that's what a lot of people have been given. What's the Bama name? The new owner,
Uh,
Is
Josh, not Josh Allen. Josh, something
yeah,
Josh.
like he's been getting a lot of credit for basically cleaning up a lot of the damn stuff, like trying to provide all of the resources and
Josh Allen.
culture and whatever they need to get stuff done. Blank check, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
These Bammers have Adam Peters and Dan Quinn, in my opinion, have been doing the opposite. Like they are hurting the team by the decisions that they're making. If all these people don't like Joe Witt, if I hired you to be my electrician for all of my jobs and you messed up all electricity, whose fault is that? Yours or mine?
It's mine as the electrician.
But you're not an electrician. That's my point. They made him the defensive coordinator. He didn't have that experience anyway.
He not a D coordinator. So I agree with you there. They
This is
put
a
a guy.
Dan Quinn decision.
Yeah, they put him in there, and he's not. He's not. I mean,
And
yeah,
he's very limited by the players he has. He's very limited by the speed at linebacker. He's very limited by Marshawn Lattimore being the corner. And at that point, you got to wonder, is this a coach decision or is the GM saying this is one of the guys I brought in? Let's stick with it and make it work. Like he's very limited with the safety's inability to tackle. That's your main job.
though safety's got to be able. They got to be able to cover deep and tackle. That's
Bob
it.
Martin cost him the game last week. If he makes that tackle on the side, all you got to do is knock the Bama 1 foot to the left. You're up 8 points in the fourth quarter. You win the game.
No, or just grab his legs. These Bammers continue to do this bump
Horse
tackle
collar him.
thing. It's not.
Get him down. But whatever you got to do, don't let him get a touchdown.
Yeah.
So it's like they're very limited with the players they have. So it's hard for me to say Joe Witt this or that because would nobody put this roster together even on Madden?
Yeah. Not defensively. That defensive roster.
The speed at linebacker is like they have the oldest team in the NFL. They have the fourth most missed tackles in the NFL.
Yeah. And it's showing. It's showing.
So we can't say Joe Witt is terrible and Quinn is good. At a minimum, they both got to be on par for whatever they are.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Because I'm sure Joe Witt didn't go pick out all the defensive players and everybody just nod their head like, yes, 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 this is what we're going to do.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if does Dan Quinn have input on the defensive players or is Adam Peters basically taking control of the command center and just him and the I guess evaluation staff making the decision on players. How much input does Quinn have? I don't know, so I can't really comment on that. But it's not looking good.
Yeah. Yeah. It's not looking good, though.
The season's over, though.
It's not,
no playoffs. You at week 7, no playoffs. This the old way. Dan Snyder could have pulled this off.
Yeah. I mean, this is just a waste of a year for Jaden Daniels, though. And that's the most disheartening thing. I mean, there is a window where things can turn around and they could do it and make a push toward the end. But I just that's more so of a dream than a realistic reality that we could look at. So
we could look at the schedule.
Nah,
we could definitely look at the schedule.
Yeah, they did though. It's over.
So, like you said, they got the Chiefs next. That's an L. That put you at 3-5.
So I mean, this is the thing. I mean, of course we know sports, anything can happen. Now, I'm not saying that they're gonna beat the Chiefs, not by any stretch. But if they did beat the Chiefs, that would be a very encouraging sign. That
If
would
I hit
be
the lotto, that would be encouraging too.
so you put in that lotto chances that they could win.
They couldn't beat the Cowboys. The Cowboys cannot stop the run. The Cowboys defense be giving up 40 every week.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. They got Chiefs, Seahawks, Lions, Dolphins, Broncos, Vikings, Giants, Eagles, Cowboys, Eagles.
The only games I see them winning are one of the Eagles games and the Giants game. That's 2 more wins. So that puts you at what, 5? And I think they got a chance to win the Vikings game.
And they could beat the Dolphins.
Oh yeah, the Dolphins. I didn't see that. So that's 3 wins for sure. Maybe the Vikings game, because I don't think the Vikings are all world.
Mm-hmm. So
So
4
that puts
wins
you at
added
6, maybe 7.
that ain't enough.
Not even close.
You need 2 more out of that drink that you don't you that yeah, you gotta either beat the Broncos,
Which
Seattle,
I think they can, but
or you gotta beat the Eagles twice or the Giant. Yeah,
or the
you gotta beat
Cowboys at
the
home.
Cowboys at home. Like, yeah.
And that's guaranteeing the games. You know, you said anything could happen. The Giants could mess around and beat these Bengals.
That's a fact.
They going up. They already unprepared. Them going all the way overseas to Madrid. It's no guarantee to me that they beat the Dolphins in that irregular circumstance.
Hey.
Now you want to see some stuff hit the fan? Let these Bama's lose to the Dolphins.
Hey, it's gonna get.
Yeah, I want to see the chaos. To be honest.
Nah. What happens? You're not firing nobody. We ain't firing nobody, Aaron. Not after. I mean,
they're not gonna fire them.
Granted, I think that botching this roster is a fireable offense.
They're not gonna fire Peters. No way.
But I just don't. I see the Washington Commanders going to the Super Bowl before I see them firing Adam Peters after this year.
No chance.
Even though I think this is a fireable offense.
Like, it's no chance he get fired. And I'm not even saying he should
to botch this roster though. This is egregious, Aaron. You or me with my eyes closed would make a better roster. That's what I'm saying, dog. Like it just. I mean, now coaching is a whole another thing, but we want to at least have NFL football players on that joint ready to like play.
Yeah, and I'm not like he's done a terrible job to me in the first 2 years with the drafts. Free agency the first year was probably 9 out of 10 because they bought in Louvu, they bought in Bobby Wagner, Biotish at center was a big improvement. So like the free agency last year was fine. Even though the draft was trash. Mm-hmm. Outside, we're not talking about Jaden. Mm-hmm. He's an outlier. But then when you look at free agency this year, letting Diami walk, letting Jeremy Chin Fowler walk.
You get Debo.
Not signing Terry in time. That is an F.
Yeah. Yeah, that's bad. That's bad. I'm with you. All right, before we get to our games, and call them the NBA, Ern. We rocking tonight. Rockets, Lakers. We got the Rockets and Thunder. KD in his new home. Warriors and Lakers. Let's get it, Ern. Stack them parlays up. Lose all my bread on basketball, dog, for the first week and a half. Then I stop. The rest of the whole season, I stop after the first 2 weeks. Then tomorrow night, that's when all whole slate of games. What the Wizards gonna do? They gonna win some games this year. They start off the season versus the Bucks.
You're not talking about the Washington Wizards.
Yeah, I'm talking about the Washington Wizards, dog. They gonna win over under 25 games.
You said how many games they gonna win?
Yeah, over or under 25.
25. They get over 25 wins.
There you go. Over and under 31.
They'll get over 30 wins.
They'll get over 31. Nah, they ain't gonna get over 31. They ain't gonna get over 30 wins. You doing hard drugs over there. They're not getting over 30 wins though. All right. Yeah. I mean, I'm gonna watch the NBA tonight. It's something to watch. It's sports on. Keep our entertainment. Um, all right. We got our games this week. Minnesota at the Chargers. Thursday night. Chargers are favorite -2.5. Um, I'm going with Minnesota. It's -3. I'm sorry. Chargers are favorite -3. All right. We unanimous. You going with the Chargers, Aaron? Oh, this Bama. Oh, he ain't got bad signal or something. All right. So look, it's just me. I'm going with Minnesota over the Chargers, or at least the cover plus the 3. Jets at the Cincinnati Bengals. Bengals are favorite -6.5. I got the Bengals minus the 6.5. I think they get washed.
Who the Bengals play?
The Bengals play the Jets.
Oh yeah. Jets
Yeah,
might not win a game this year.
they might not though. They might not. They benched Justin Fields. I
Oh, they
mean,
did officially.
they benched him for Tyrod Taylor, but he don't get no better. I think your chances are actually better with Justin Fields because at least he can run.
Does Aaron Glenn get fired this year at the
Yes.
end of the year?
Yep, he does. It's unfortunate because this is like one of those joints that they point to and be like, this is why we don't hire black coaches because this blah blah blah. But he was done from the start though.
And I
Yeah.
ain't gonna circle back to the move that told me this wasn't gonna work.
What was the move?
When he cut that, remember we had that big discussion
Oh
about him
yeah,
cutting that
week
Bama
one.
week 1, and Bama tried to act like that was leadership, and I was like, no, this shit is about to implode. He's
Yeah,
a fraud.
yeah. I mean, yeah. It's
You could
hard.
protect your guys, or you could throw them under the bus to win media fervor. And he chose that early in the season to show his whole roster that he gonna throw guys under the bus. So now they you see the way what's the receiver, the nice Bama, number 5.
Oh,
Um,
Garrett Wilson.
yeah, how he was kirking on that Bama with the clock man. Now it's like, okay, you don't want to protect us, we're gonna give you the same stuff.
Yeah,
I think
bro.
he's already lost the locker room. So I'd be shocked if the Bama not fired unless they turn it around at some point this year, which I don't see
No,
happening.
I mean, you go into a draft and everybody and their mother knew you needed a quarterback. And I don't I'm not even against you trying to try to Justin Fields experiment situation, but the past is a good predictor of the future, though. And in a stable organization like the Steelers, he couldn't take that team by the horns. And I don't know why you think with a less talented team that doesn't get wins, like you would get a better outcome. I don't know.
And I
You got
have
this.
go ahead.
Go ahead. I'm saying you got the seventh pick in the draft, and you draft the old tackle. Like I just that's not your greatest need. So
I have no sympathy for any team that's having quarterback struggles that skipped over Shador, who didn't get drafted to the 5th round.
there you
You could
go.
have took him in the 2nd. You could have took him in the 3rd. You could have took him in the 4th. You could have took him in the 5th. You chose not to. So eat it.
Yeah, nah, that's a fact. All right, Buffalo Bills at Carolina Panthers. Panthers on a little run. They try to make noise.
Bills on a losing streak.
Buffalo's favorite -7.5. It's in Carolina. Who are you going with?
This is gonna be Vegas gonna cash out on this one. I gotta go Buffalo though. They coming off a 2 game win
Yeah,
losing streak in a bye.
yeah. I'm going with Buffalo as well. They gonna win by 10 points. San Francisco at Houston Texans. Texans are favorite minus 1.5.
Huh? How?
I don't know how. I'm going with San Francisco.
Me too. That's going on the parlay.
Yeah. New York Giants at the Philadelphia Eagles. Eagles are favorite minus 7. Giants coming off of a catastrophic meltdown versus
Explosion.
the Broncos. Um,
I'm gonna go Giants to cover.
yeah, I'm gonna go Giants to cover as well. Uh, even though the Philadelphia Eagles look like they like actually found out like what they need to do. I'm gonna go with Philly, dog, to cover the 7. Like they just, I think they finding their stride. Cleveland Browns at New England Patriots at Foxborough. Cleveland coming off a win where Dylan Gabriel threw 13 passes, or 14 passes, eight for 14, 120 some yards, no touchdowns, no ints. Batman handed the ball off 56 times.
They're gonna have to play that way.
They gonna have to,
To
but
avoid a reckoning, they gotta play that way. Like hopefully they don't get down. Hopefully, or if you're rooting against the Bama, like if they get down 2 scores, they don't have a way to win because he's Kirk Cousins. He refuses to take any chances that could lead to interceptions.
yeah,
It's like he's consciously trying to avoid interceptions instead of trying to win, trying
yeah,
to score, trying to push the ball downfield.
yeah. Well, I mean, it's only gonna last but so long. Like, I mean, we will see Shador this year. Believe that.
I'm not
Um,
sure. They was up 30 something and still wouldn't put the boy in the game.
yeah. What do you think that's about?
He doesn't want him to look decent and have to answer those questions. You've been throwing 5 yards, 7 yards, 5 yards, 10 yards the whole game. Shador come in, complete 2 20-yard passes, and what conversation you think he's gonna have all week?
We saw Shador, push the ball down the field and possession, but are you lacking that with Dylan Gabriel?
Right. He doesn't want to have to answer those questions. So he'd rather send him out there with a chance of him getting hurt with them up 20 plus in the fourth
Mm,
quarter with 5 minutes to go than push Shador in like any other competent head coach would do.
yeah, yeah. So who you going with? Cleveland or New England?
New England. They're gonna smash him.
I'm going with New
Drake
England.
may cooking this year.
He is. Chicago Bears at Baltimore Ravens. This Ravens season's on the line as well. They lose this joint, it's over.
Lamar
They're
still ain't practicing.
Baltimore's favorite minus 6.5.
Man, give me the Bears.
Yeah, if Lamar's not playing, I'm going with the Bears as well.
Even if he playing
Nah, if he play, it's a different
to cover,
scenario. Yeah, I think it's in Baltimore. I think they win 30 to 30 14, 30 17 if Lamar plays.
you said what?
I say if Lamar plays, I think they win like 31-17 or something like that. So I got Baltimore if Lamar plays. Miami Dolphins at the Atlanta Falcons. Falcons are favorite minus 7.5. I'm surprised Mike McDaniel's not fired yet.
It's
They got
coming.
washed. Tua got his head skedaddled by the Cleveland Browns, dog. He threw 3 picks. He looked terrible. All that talking. See, that's what happens when you do all that talking, bro. Bama's don't like that. And they just be like, oh, all right. So, yeah, I think, that joint almost over. I'm going with Atlanta. Mud hole. Tampa Bay Buccaneers at the New Orleans Saints. Tampa Bay coming off a Monday night loss. Mike Evans looked dog. He looked bad when he got hit, broken clavicle looked like. So he out for the season. That's the worst, bro. Prayers go out to that man. That joint is the worst. I got Tampa Bay beating New Orleans minus 4.5. Who you got, Aaron? Aaron. Oh, you have technical difficulties. All right. Dallas Cowboys at the Denver Broncos. Denver's favorite -3.5. I like Denver minus the 3.5. Tennessee Titans at the Indianapolis Colts. Colts are favorite -14.5. I like Colts to win -14.5, which is crazy. Green Bay Packers at Pittsburgh Steelers. Steelers are underdogs at home +3.5 to Green Bay. I like Pittsburgh to cover the 3.5. And then the Monday night game, Washington Commanders at the Kansas City Chiefs. Chiefs are favored -10.5. I like the Commanders to cover that 10.5. And those are our games. Follow us at OSS 980 Other Side of Sports. Share the content. Subscribe to the content. Let us know your thoughts. What do you think the Commanders is? Who's to blame? Who are you gonna put the blame on in this situation, in this scenario with this team? Yeah, we out.